Mad, sick, Reggaeville.
SummerJam 2013. This is Munchi. We're for Reggaeville, and I have fresh off the stage the great, wonderful Dean Fraser. It is such a pleasure and honor to have you. Thank you very much. How are you feeling today?
I am good.
Good?
Yep.
You just, as I said, came off the stage. How was the performance like?
No man, the Summer Jam is always a great concert, and tonight was really exceptional also.
Yes, I mean you were the closing act on the first night. Lovely, lovely show. The people appreciated it so much. For you, it is not only being on the stage playing the saxophone. You're also musically directing it.
Yeah, I'm the MD for the band. I'm Taurus Riley.
So are you listening with a different ear when everybody's playing? Do you hear when somebody's playing the wrong tone and stuff like that? Or are you very critical when it comes to that?
We have gone past that.
Oh, okay.
We did the listening from rehearsals.
Okay, so there is no false tone.
No, it's a sleep and drive situation now.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
So you sometimes dream of performing?
I do all the time. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
We are at SummerJam, and you have been here a couple of times already. Being on stage performing is kind of a familiar thing to you. Can you remember, after all those years being a saxophone player, being a musical director, can you still recall the first time that you played the saxophone actually?
That I played the instrument. Yeah, I could. Yeah.
When was that?
First time I ever took up the instrument would have been somewhere about late 1969.
So how did you come up to play the saxophone?
It's
not the usual, okay, I play guitar or I play the piano. It is a bit of an extraordinary instrument, right?
Yes, well, my teacher was a saxophonist, and I'm a youth from Trenchtown, and so my extracurricular in the evenings was not football or cricket, but to learn to play an instrument. And so I went to learn to play the clarinet. And the clarinet, of course, is like a mother to the rest of the reed instruments. So then, after about a year learning to play the clarinet, then I moved to saxophones. It's a easy transition, you know. So.
You know, honestly, the only instrument I ever played was also the clarinet.
Yes.
But the S clarinet, because I'm small and my fingers are very small, so I couldn't reach the B.
Yes, yeah. I understand.
So we have something in common.
Yes, most definitely. And you know, clarinet is a very difficult instrument also, you know, because it changes the key whenever the octave changes.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, and you need a lot of strength in your body. And
yeah, man. You have to be. You have to. Yes,
smaller.
you have to practice, and you have to know the instrument.
So how many years have you been playing the saxophone actually, and when has this transition begun from being just a saxophone player of the instrument, to being a musical director, arranging music for other artists as well?
Well, I have been through many different stages, you know, in playing my music, and I as a youngster, I was blessed with going through different hands, and going through a hand of my teacher, who is Alfred Babe O'Brien. Alfred Babe O'Brien is a very qualified saxophonist, of course, and of course he passed me to another very qualified and competent musician who was called Sonny Bradshaw. And then Mr. Bradshaw really taught me the art of becoming a musician and not just a saxophonist. Seeing, because that's kind of the key to everything here, right? Being a saxophonist is one, but being a musician is a different thing. So this is where I started to learn to do what a musician should learn to do.
Okay.
So that's what started all of this. And then I went to, of course, people like Jackie Jackson, bass player, who give me the opportunity to be like a frontline person, to go out and play songs on my instrument. as a soloist. And then, of course, I had the opportunity to be tutored by the great Melba Liston. She used to play with Count Basie, Quincy Jones, Duke Ellington. You can name it, right? So she came to Jamaica under the government of, I think it was Michael Manley, yes, who brought her to Jamaica to help the Jamaican music scene, and help develop our skills. So I was able to, learn a lot from her, right? And then, of course, I went to the studios, and that's where I sat and learned a lot from the great Tommy McCook and Cedric Imbrooks, these people who really are people who I was blessed to have gone through their hands,
Can you still recall the first time you actually were at a studio, the first time you experienced being recorded as well?
Yeah, man, I do. I remember going to Dynamic Sounds with Sonny Bradshaw, and then my first real recording was at Channel 1 Studios, and then from Channel 1 to Joe Gibbs Studios, and I remember doing a solo for Boris Gardner many years, just as a youngster, learning and all that. But then the whole thing started when I went to Joe Gibbs Studios and started to play for Dennis Brown and the We the Light Parks and We the People. That's where we all started to really get in our groove,
Yeah, that's so wonderful. You have not, we saw you today performing on stage with Taros, and of course I think that's what nowadays people mostly know you from, but still you're always also working on records and recordings. Like lately I heard an album by Wati from the Congos, and you played the saxophone on that recording and also helped with the musical direction on that. What would you say is for you more challenging or more interesting to do, working on a record we can say, okay, let's do it over again and we're going to record this again and we're going to arrange this differently, or on stage where everything has to be right on point?
Yeah, it's not, all the challenges really go on in rehearsals.
Okay.
The challenges is not on stage. Everything goes on in rehearsals. So when we are on stage, that's the least of the job. That is just to deliver the package, really. You understand me? But all the hard work is done in rehearsals. And it's just like in the studios. It's just like in the studios where we do get all our little package together first and make sure, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice, this is nice. Then we record. So it's not a situation that we come and try to work it out on stage, Right.
As I watched you perform today with Taros Riley, and what I recognize is that even the transitions are perfectly arranged. It goes from the second last note of one to the first note of the second song. How do you come up with those ideas? Okay, let's merge this song from maybe a different genre, and then we go to this song. How you come up with ideas for that?
Well, you notice you say you, right? No, we have a competent set of musicians. So we have to give the credit. Right there. Because these musicians are really, really, really phenomenal. They're really great musicians. Some of them young, some of them very young. And we have the opportunity to be able to put a 4 generation of musicians together. And getting these arrangements in, each person can have and will have a say, and that makes the music easy to play.
So everybody basically chip in ideas and you work out something.
Precisely, and then you try maybe 1, 2, or 3 different ways of transition or trying to move the song from one point to the other, and you usually come up with the right one.
Nice. Mm-hmm. But speaking of musicians that you have worked with, what about the 809 band that you have been working with? Tell me a little bit about that time. How was that like?
Well, the 809 was really top class. 809 was something that just came and that's it, you know. It was one of the most fantastic set of musicians. We were never afraid to do anything. You know, we did anything that was musically possible. You know, we would just play, and that's what made us so great and made us such a great band. You know, so 809 forever.
Wonderful.
Yeah, man.
Still, you're always working with different artists, right? Because of course, I see you with Taurus on tour. I see you performing with him, and then I go to Jamaica and I see you performing with, for example, today, the bass player of C Sharp, who is also the bass player for Busy,
Yes.
that you also played with
Yes.
at several shows in Kingston.
Right.
Please give me a little insight on this fraternity of musicians that is there in this reggae industry, because I really would call it a fraternity in saying you're all brothers working together, right?
It most definitely is a fraternity, and it's a set of musicians who do have respect for each other and do try to play as much together as possible. You understand me? So we do this. Sometimes we do it in the studios, sometimes we jam. So, you know, we really try to make every opportunity that we can play together possible. So it's really a family situation, and it's a situation where, you know, you have to just show respect, you know, to each and every one, young or old, or younger or older. You know, it's just a music, and music is to be played and played properly and played with friends and played with family, you know.
Yes, yeah, man, true. And speaking of playing the music live, that is a development that's growing right now in Jamaica as well. You have a lot of groups coming back on the scene again. Just to mention a few: Skygrass, Raging Fire, The Indignations, Singfence Band and stuff. Do you watch this development and are you appreciating it?
I have to say, more than appreciating it, I have to say big. I have to make a commitment to make sure that I help in every way to make this happen.
Wonderful.
See? Seeing so.
All right, wait for it, please.
You're calling me to Reggaeville's interview, D.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, sweetheart. That's
No.
a deep drop.
Wait for it. I'm almost finished.
She's almost done, man.
Yeah,
So-
I'm almost finished. Just a couple of more minutes. Oh, stars.
Yeah.
One more thing though, because we have been talking so much about the music and everything, but still I would like to mention something. You're not 100% all about music, because I know I have seen you some in jungle at a football match. It was Boys Town versus Arnett Gardens. Boys Town win. Yeah, my team that was that night. So football is your thing as well, right?
Yeah, man, Boys Town on my side. You understand me? You know, every year I try to give them as much support as I can. You understand me? Because me's a Boys Town youth,
Yeah, they're a
and
very good team.
yeah, very good team. We just need them to be a little more disciplined. But big up to Boys Town every time.
Every time. We cheered so much. They won. Yeah, everybody, I love them.
Yeah, man.
And
respect.
one more thing though, because the last time we met, I don't know if you recognize it, but you were making a whole heap of noise. You were playing Dominus, and some little birdie also told me you love play Ludi, right?
Yeah,
So
man.
that
Ludi
is
is
the
a
joy
game of
of
life.
Yeah.
You understand me? Yeah, it's a game of life. Ludi is a game that you think that you win it all and then you just lose everything. So Ludi is a game of life. It's a good game to play.
So it goes sometimes,
Yeah,
don't it?
right, just like life. So, and dominoes now is the best thing. When I stay in the studios for 10-15 hours, right, I go to dominoes and it just calm me right down.
Okay, lovely. It was actually at Grafton where I saw
Yeah,
you
man,
play.
Grafton is the place for everything. See, for music first, second and third, and then we do like a domino, you know?
All right. I wish you all the best for whatever: football, domino, Ludi, and of course the music. Thank you so much, Dean Fraser. It was my pleasure and honor to have you on Reggaeville.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. Big up Reggaeville every
man,
time.
big up
See, enough
yourself.
respect. See,
Thank you.
cool.